In this video, I'm going to talk about the 10 high-paying jobs you can learn from home. Hi, I'm Lopez coming at you from LopezTheSane.com. So let's get into it. You know, there's 10 up-and-coming future jobs that's the possibilities are going to be endless. So let's get into it. The first job that you can learn from home is you can become a translator. Now, if you're a bilingual person, maybe you speak Spanish and English, and you know there's a lot of these jobs online. So if you go to sites like Upwork.com, there's a lot of people that write books, articles, blog posts, all that good stuff. They need people to translate their posts, their book, into another language. So as a translator, that's where you come in at if you speak multiple language. So the pay is pretty good. I actually know a girl that's a translator. She been a translator for 25 years. And she makes almost $100,000 a year. And I know another girl that lives in Japan. She's been a translator for 32 years, and she makes over like 150,000, something like that. She worked at the courthouse, to be exact. So and she's about to retire soon, and she's 45, and she's about to retire soon. So that's pretty good. So she basically, that's the only job she's ever worked. Yeah. That's the only job she's ever worked, if I'm not mistaken. Because, yeah, that's the only job she's ever worked. So, being a translator, there's a lot of opportunities there. So, if you speak multiple languages, that's probably something you want to get involved with. And there's some translators that work for work in the hospital system. And some of these big cities, in the major cities here in America. So that's definitely, there's a lot of opportunity there, no doubt about it. So the next thing I would say, you can be an editor. You can, there's a lot of people that need things corrected. It could be an article, could be a post, could be a tweet on Twitter, could be an ad, it could be a book, it could be white papers, it could be video scripts, it could be almost anything you can imagine. But there's a lot of people that need help with this. And if you go on these contractor sites, Upwork.com, even Craigslist, don't sleep on Craigslist. I like Craigslist. And the reason why I like Craigslist is because you can meet local people in your area. It doesn't just have to be global like Upwork. And check out these meetup groups in your area as well. So a lot of people need help with texts, articles. A lot of people need help with a lot of things in your area. I don't care if you're in a small town. There's somebody in your town that needs help. And especially on Craigslist, you know. So hey, the possibilities are endless. And next, software testing. Now there's a lot of software companies out here. They're popping up everywhere. There's millions of software online at this point. And a lot of these companies are not big. They're like small to medium size. I'd say medium size, that's pretty much the standard when it comes to software companies. When I say medium size, I mean they have maybe 50 to 60 employees. A lot of these software companies. And a lot of them try to get contracts with corporate companies. And a lot of times they need people to test their software before they officially launch it or try to sell it to the businesses that they want to target. And the pay is pretty decent as a software tester. So, you know, that maybe this is something that you will be interested in. You know, so being a software tester is possibilities are endless as well. Next, you can be a landing page designer. Now to be a landing page designer, you don't need a lot of. You don't have to learn how to write code, HTML code, or CSS, or JavaScript, or none of that at all. Basically, there's a lot of software out here. You got Instapage, you got ClickFunnels, you got Squarespace. I think they have their own version. So there's a lot of software out here now. You don't have to be a programmer. You don't have to learn how to write code. It's usually copy and paste, or something of that nature, really, for the most part. But what you do have to have as a landing page designer, you have to have an eye for design. You have to know what's a good image, what's a good design for that niche, or for that profession, for his or her expertise. That's what you have to know. And you can find a lot of these jobs. Some of them is on Fiverr.com, Craigslist, Upwork, these contracting sites. Now, some people don't like Fiverr because they usually start at $5. But if you're just starting, $5 that's the standard. But as you build your profile and you get more clients, you don't have to start at $5. You can start at $25 or $50 once you build up your clientele on Fiverr. And of course, on Craigslist, you can pretty much name your own price. You can negotiate your own price. So there's no standard price when it comes to creating landing pages for anybody. It's just based on what you negotiate, basically. So next thing I would say is you can be a copywriter. Now, when I say copywriter, I'm not talking about copyright like copywriting a book. No, I don't mean like that. Like on the back it says copyright, but no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking like a copywriter wrote the text, the title of this book. A copywriter wrote the title of this book. This is marketing. So a copywriter wrote the big banner on the highway where you live on the side of the road. It's a copywriter that wrote that. And it might not be good copy, but some copywriter wrote it. So now copywriting is just salesmanship in print or any form of media. That's all it is. And the whole concept of copywriting is you want to grab people's attention and you want to get them to take some sort of action. That's all it is. And if you can get good at that, because it could be street signs, billboards, banners, it could be a website, it could be anything. The whole idea is to grab people's attention and get them to take some sort of action. That's the whole concept of the copywriter. But if you can get good at being a copywriter, you can make a lot of money. You can help other people make a lot of money, and you can make a lot of money for yourself. That's what I've done over the past 10 years. I've learned the skill and the art of being a copywriter. And the more you do it, the better you become. And you can create almost anything. The possibilities are endless today, especially today because today it's never been more easier to have a website online. I remember like 15 years ago, it was hard having a website online. You had to pay hundreds of dollars. Today, you pay less than $100. Your website, your blog is online in minutes. You could not do that 15 years ago without paying a couple $100. Today, it's less than 100. So the possibilities are endless, because you have a lot of software companies coming out with landing pages. You have WordPress that came out and made it easier. You don't even have to be a programmer. You had to be a programmer in the 90s to have a website online. And then when the early 2000s came about, you didn't necessarily have to be a programmer, but you had to pay a lot of money. So of course there's pros and cons. The market gets saturated because it's easier to get in, yeah. But if you're a very skilled individual, you can dominate. So, you gotta look at the good side, the positive side of things. So the next thing I would say is you can become a video editor. Now, video is dominating online today. YouTube is dominating search. And people are looking at videos before they read. People don't like to read as much as they used to online. Do people read books? Yes, they do. But when it comes to being online, I'm guarantee you, depending on the demographics and where you live and age group and all that stuff, if you ask a young person that say early 20s, you want to look at the video or read the post, most people will take the video, that's in the early 20s, if I had to guess. Now, if you ask most people my age, I'm in the 40s, do you want to read the post or watch the video? Most people my age will probably read the post, if I had to guess. So regardless of what they choose to read, video is going to continue to explode. This is just the beginning stages of video creation. If you think video is big now, wait until another 10 years. You're not gonna. Majority of sites you're gonna see is gonna be video. As a matter of fact, Facebook, in the next 5-10 years, the majority of Facebook is gonna be video. You're not gonna see a lot of posting, text. So that's where things is going now. But people need editors. They need people to edit their videos, create their videos, and all that good stuff. So the next thing people need help with, and they need help with photos. Because a lot of people have a cell phone. They have a camera. But some people are very particular with how they want their pictures, images to look. And that's understanding. But they don't know how to do it. So they rather outsource the pictures to somebody. And that's where you come in as a photo editor. And one thing I like about being editing photos, you can be a photographer. You can sell photos online as well. There's iStock.com. There's a lot of sites where you can actually sell photos to people that's looking for pictures to post on their blog and their videos, etc. And the price is different. It could be $1, $5, $10, $50. The possibilities are endless. And the next thing I would say is you can be a blogger. Now, when it comes to having a blog, it's a long-term game. This is not an overnight thing. This takes time. I have a blog, but I don't promote it as much as I should. But I have a lot of followers, but I don't post as often because I don't necessarily see myself as a blogger. I see myself as a social media expert, and I post a lot of content online, but but I'm not against being a blogger. That's just not my thing because I don't like to write a lot. I like to write when I want to write, but I don't like writing every day. So if you're gonna have a blog, you have to be consistent. Whether you're gonna write every day, write every other day, you have to be consistent. That's why I don't. That's why I don't necessarily call myself a blogger because I don't write every day. I write once a week, but I don't write every day. I don't write 7 days a week. And in the beginning, it's a good idea to write almost every day, consistently. Be in some type of flow because your blog is new. It's going to take a while for your blog to get picked up in the search engines. And a lot of people don't set their blogs up right, the proper way, so it can get picked up in Google and Bing. They don't register their blogs the right way. They don't register their website the right way. Most people don't do it because they don't know how to do it. No one ever told them how to do it. So, that's the challenge of having a blog. There's a lot of nice blogs and websites out here, but nobody's ever heard of them because people don't know how to promote their blogs and their websites. So if you want to learn how to do that, how to promote your website, your blog, leave me a comment below and I'll get back to you. The next thing you can do is you can become a VA. VA stands for virtual assistant. Now, when it comes to virtual assistants, your duties are going to vary depending on your employer. You could be maintaining a website, a blog. You could be making appointments, arrangements. You could be making travel arrangements. You could be writing articles. You could be doing almost anything. It just depends on the employer. But there's a lot of money in it. And especially if you're in another country. Because, see, if you want a VA in America, that's a pretty high-paying job in America. I'm not going to say high-paying, but it's a good salary. It's at least $20, $20, $30 an hour, a VA here in America. Right? So this is why some people here will outsource it to somebody, say the Philippines or India, and they'll pay them $10, $15, $20 an hour. Instead of paying somebody here in America $30, $35 an hour for the same work. Now, some people will say, well, I want a VA that's close to me, somebody that I can talk to in person. That way it won't be any miscommunication. I get that. So some people will say, I'd rather pay the extra, money, funds, to have somebody in my office. Or somebody you can meet up with every once in a while. I get that. Yeah, sometimes that works for some people. There's pros and cons. But somebody that's in another country, $20, that goes a long way. That's long money. Versus their currency, that's long money. If you're making $20 an hour in the Philippines, that's pretty good money. Or if you're making $20 an hour in Mexico, that's pretty good money. So let's say you work, you get paid $20 an hour, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. That's pretty good money. If you live in Mexico, you live in the Philippines, you live in India, that's pretty good. Especially if you live in a small town. Now, if you live in a big city, someplace else, well, that might not be a lot of money. But it's still gonna be a good paying job for them living in the big city over there versus being in a big city over here. So they come up regardless. And the last thing I would say is you can go to garage sales, buy things low, and sell them high. And you can do that with the help of Craigslist, And Facebook now. Facebook has joined in with the selling stuff in the marketplace. So you can go to these garage sales, yard sales, auction too. Any auction, storage auction in your neck of the woods. Some of them, people don't pay for their storage anymore, and the storage place will, if they don't pay the money after a certain amount of time, they auction the stuff off. So you can go there, buy that stuff low, and resell them on Craigslist, Facebook, eBay, and maybe Amazon, depending on what it is. So that's what I used to do. I still do it every once in a while, but hey, these are the 10 high-paying jobs you can do. You can learn from home, really, and you don't have to go to college for any of this stuff I just talked about in this video. You can learn this stuff online. You can just Google everything I just said. If you want to be a software tester, Google how to be a software tester. There's some course somebody's teaching it. If you want to be a copywriter, type in how to be a copywriter. If you want to be a video editor, type in how to be a video editor. If you want to be a VA, type in how to be a VA. Everything I just talked about can be learned online, specifically online. You don't have to go to college. You don't even, you can probably, more than likely, you can go to Barnes & Noble or go to Amazon and buy a book or buy a course online and learn everything I talk about in this video. And you'll be making more money than people that went to college. Go figure. So hey, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Share this video. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.